Everyone, so I'm a Swanton 007 continuing my 2003 WWE pay-per-view reviews. Now I'm up to No Mercy in 2003, and it was I think it passes like a 6.5. This did not pass, but there were two good matches on the card. One being the first match, which how we're going to start off, is a Cruiserweight Championship match between Rey Mysterio and Tajiri, whatever. At this time, Tajiri was heel, as he split up from Eddie, and Rey Mysterio was the good guy with the Cruiserweight. Oh wait, no, it's not the Cruiserweight. I don't even know who had the Cruiserweight title. But it was a good match. There was a good spot in it where Rey Mysterio hit the 619, then into Tajiri's gut, and then he went for the West Coast pop. Rey Mysterio went for the West Coast pop, and Tajiri turned into a powerbomb, which that was pretty cool. Pretty much for the whole match, they just traded kicks and lots of high flying stuff, which made it a really good match. Tajiri won when two Asians came in and distracted the referee as as Rey Mysterio was about to hit the West Coast pop. Again, same sort of thing. But with that distraction, Tajiri hit a thrust kick and got the win. Later, these two were revealed as Jimmy Wang Yang, at this time known as Okio, and Sakoda. I don't know who that is. Overall, I gave that match a 3 3/4 stars. Then we've got a little thing with Vince McMahon talking about his power trip with his daughter. I don't know, fucking know. And then we've got a terrible match between A-Train and Benoit. Seriously, nothing much happened in this match. A-Train dropped Benoit on his head or something. Looked like he almost break his neck or something. Yeah, it was just shocking. A-Train just looked terrible when he did that. He dropped him on his head, and Benoit wins with a sharpshooter. Yeah. Sorry I'm not so interesting in this one. I'm not really tired at the moment. I fell asleep in the last match of this pay-per-view. So I gave that match a 2 1/4 stars. Then we have the Matt Hardy Zach Gowen match. This was just... Gowen was really interesting. At one stage it looked like he did have some really good arm face, and it looked like he could win. But Vince McMahon doesn't really like him, because really, in real life, who would think a one-legged guy could beat a two-legged guy? So, but Zach Gowen did get an upset win in the end, when he hit a moonsault on Matt, which was I thought that was really interesting that he beat Matt. And yeah, he got a really good pop. Yeah. Sorry about this, guys. 2 stars for that match. Then we move on to the APA versus the Bashams. This was a real shocker. Nothing really happened. I think the Bashams got the win when Shaniqua ran down and had Bradshaw with a nightstick. And then one of the Bashams hit the leg line and got the win. It's really boring sort of stuff. I only gave it 1.5 stars. Really nothing special at all. It went for 9 minutes. It was a waste of time. They could have put some more time onto the Zach Gowen match, which was a lot better. But the Chris Benoit, just moving on. I gave that match a 1.5 stars, as I said earlier. Then we have an I Quit father versus daughter match between Vince McMahon and Stephanie McMahon. If Steph lost, she would be fired. And yeah, I don't know what happened because Vince lost. This was when the momentous moment of when Steph hit Vince with the lead pipe, and yeah, I thought this was really interesting as as Vince McMahon only did give this match 9 minutes. I thought, knowing Vince, he would give it like a 10 minutes, but he did really well here, only leaving it at 9 minutes 25 seconds. Stephanie does lose, as Vince hits the choke slam on Stephanie. Then he struts around, picks up a lead pipe, chokes Stephanie out with it, and then Steph's mum, Linda, throws in the towel for him. Which it's a good ending, let's be honest, but like, this was not a good match at all. It wasn't bad. For the two people who it is, the unexperience that they have, I gave it 2.5 stars. The story was great. When Steph hit him with the lead pipe, that was awesome, but there was nothing else really to it. It's all based around story, not much of a athleticism sort of stuff, was it? Yeah. So 2.5 stars. Then we move on to Kurt Angle versus John Cena. This was a great match. For me, this was match of the pay-per-view. Cena actually looked really good, and I was so amazed when I heard a "Let's Go Cena" chant. When this was Cena was popular, and he got chants. Cena did an awesome, he DDT'd Kurt Angle on the apron, and he fell down to the ground, which was really cool. They gave this 18 minutes, which I think for a John Cena match maybe should have 14 at this stage of his career, maybe 12, but they still did so well with the time that they had. Cena didn't go over, which I thought was good at the time, but Cena was just building himself, and if he had to beat Kurt, it would have put him straight into the main event picture, which wasn't right for that stage. He really just needed to get a mid-title win at this stage, and we all know how that goes, don't we? WrestleMania 20. But it builds him a lot better than just beating Kurt and then having a match against Brock Lesnar in the next pay-per-view. But eventually Cena does turn face within the next month, and that turns out to be a good idea, but in the end he really needs to go heel again, because his heel persona was really good, and it won't bring the money that it brought, but it would be a lot better viewing than it is now. So Angle got the win when he got a victory roll into the ankle lock, and then locked in the scissors, so he was on the ground lying back and pinning him. So yeah, overall I gave that match 4 stars. Great match of the night. Probably worth watching, as it is John Cena's best match of his young career, maybe until 2006, maybe, when he had a good match. I don't know, we're about to find out when I go through the rest of the pay-per-views, aren't we? So then we had a United States title match, championship match between Eddie Guerrero and the Big Show. Now, I didn't pay that much attention to it. Eddie used a brass knuckles at some stage, and Show caught him with them, and a whole bunch of shit, but Eddie didn't quite go over, but it turns out good, as Eddie gets to verse Brock Lesnar for the championship at No Out. And yeah, Big Show won this match after Eddie gets given the biggest chokeslam ever. Eddie literally bounces off the mat. It was huge when I saw that. But apart from that, nothing real special to the match. I gave that match 2 stars. So 2 stars. And then moving on to the main event of the night, which I fell asleep in quite a few times, and it was an absolutely terrible match. A shithouse match. There were a couple good things in it, Taker pile drive Lesnar on the steps, which, it's what it is. Nothing special. There's something that surprised me here is that I gave the Vince McMahon Stephanie match better rating than this. There were only a couple big spots where pile driving on the steps, nothing special, but it was a spot. Undertaker chokeslammed Lesnar off the top rope. Brock Lesnar, some other shit happened. Brock Lesnar gave him an F5. I was about to say that. That's stupid. in the end, the full-blooded Italians came out, took out Undertaker after he just got the biker chain down, which causes then no full-blooded Italians come out. Then they disappear. He gives them the last ride, beats them up. Then Taker grabs the chain. Then Vince McMahon comes out, knocks him out onto the top rope, and Taker falls onto his crotch. And then Lesnar gets the chain and punches Undertaker for the win after 25 fucking minutes. So, stupid match. It was, like, terrible. Who wants the idea of grabbing a chain? I mean, seriously. So I gave that match a 2.25 stars. That leads to an Undertaker McMahon match, and I don't even know what Lesnar leads to. Eventually, it's a Eddie Guerrero. He loses to Eddie Guerrero like 3 months later. But I felt this was a shithouse pay-per-view. 5.5 out of 10. Not shithouse, it was average. 5.5 out of 10. It was average, but it wasn't a pass. So I'm a Swanton, guys. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Like and subscribe, I mean. Sorry. Thanks.